Rodin. Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is going to be the general reading for air signs for Geminis, Libras, and Aquarians. This reading is timeless, so please take the messages as they resonate and use your own discernment for that of how it's applying to your life, if you've been resonating with it at all, okay? We do have a website, Patreon, and Vimeo, so don't forget to go and check those out. We have extra content there. We have a lot of fun over there. On Patreon, I also do giveaways, and that's been kind of cool too, to like, you know, to just intuitively tap into the person and like see like what item would fit them best. And yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share as well. I appreciate that. Other people appreciate it too. And then make sure your notification settings are set to your personal liking. Okay, let's just dive right in. So for the fire sign reading, I ended up doing each individual sign, and that feels right. So we're just gonna keep rolling with that. It ended up being a longer reading, but it just feels right for right now. So we're going to do that until it doesn't feel right anymore. Because that's how I roll. For those of you who are new, that's how I function. I function with what feels right in the moment, instinctively, intuitively, and I just kind of flow with it. All right? Ever changing over here on this channel. And proven by the algorithm's dislike for me. But anyway, moving on. Okay, air signs. Before we get into the individual air signs, I want to talk about what I was already getting for you. They were showing me the sun and they were showing me Venus, specifically the planets. Right now, the sun is in Cancer and Venus is in Gemini. If you're watching this at a later time, it might apply more to your natal chart. You might have sun conjunct Venus in your natal chart, which means they're in the same sign. Or it could even pertain to what's going on astrologically for the moment you're watching this, whether it's a year later or what have you. But as of the time I'm recording, the sun is in Cancer and Venus is in Gemini. They're kind of neighbors right now. And they're actually not creating an aspect with each other, but they're showing me sun and Venus together. They're showing me that very specifically. I don't even feel like it's a masculine feminine thing, because that would be Mars, right? Interesting. So I definitely feel like it applies natally, for sure, no question. And Geminis might apply more to you because Venus is Gemini, but I feel like this is really about feminine love, creativity, passion, expressions of that, and embracing that. Oh, I'm just hearing merging. Some of you, it's about really merging that into your being, really integrating that. The sun is soul, it's spirit. Hi, kitty cat. He never fails. Never fails to make an appearance. He seriously did not even come in at all until I started recording. There you go, kitty cat. You're really integrating that into the being. Air signs, you've been working through a lot of obstacles with that. A lot of obstacles. I feel like it might even be coming from people. Some of you are also really busy, and it's almost just like it just keeps getting in the way of really just kind of being in your own Venusian energy and really allowing that to be a big part of, not a big part, but like allowing that to be part of how you kind of exist in the world, from a Venusian place where, and Libras, it's interesting, right? Because you are Venus ruled. This is not going to be for everybody. It's just a channeling. Yeah. How you creatively express yourself. Yeah. And I also feel like it's relating to love. I am feeling that. How close do you connect to the energy of love? Ooh, we're going deep here. How close do you connect to the energy of God? It's a thought. Of God. You could say spirit. You could say source. You could say the collective consciousness. It's all the same thing. In my opinion. You don't have to take my observations as truth. You know, have your own truth. Please, I encourage that. How close do you connect to that energy? This cat. The sun is the light of God. It's an expression of God. It's an expression of the Father. Again, you don't have to get caught up on the terms. You can say spirit, you can say source, you can say collective consciousness. It's that pure energy of it. And Venus is feminine. Venus is that feminine love and creativity and fertility and all of that. And they just keep showing me them together, like very, very closely together. I really feel like this is about how you connect to the energy of God. Like, I really do feel that way, with what I'm getting here. Questioning that, observing that, becoming aware of that, and maybe getting a little closer. There you go. There you go. Let's go ahead and pull some cards. I actually want to do a collective air sign thing, and then we're going to go ahead and do separate. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. That feels even more right. Let's do it. I'm going to start the animals. Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. Any messages or insights for my air signs? Any messages or insights for my air signs here? They keep showing me Sun and Venus. They keep showing me Sun and Venus. I feel like something's also being illuminated, and it feels really uncomfortable. It feels really uncomfortable. I feel like that's going hand in hand with the challenges I was feeling for you guys from the external, where I feel like it's like challenges are really happening from like being busy, or even people, where there's no room. Thank you. There's no room. There's no room, air signs. There's no room for you to be very creatively expressive, right? Venusian, and feel and be aware to the energy of God. Because of everything else that's going on around you. I feel like you need a little quiet time, honestly. Any messages or insights for my air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. When I say God, I don't mean like one being of God. It's actually being in unity consciousness. It's being in the energy of love. It's being in the energy of connection and reception and alignment. Because you are God. Raccoon. Raccoon. This feels like hiding. I do. Oh God. Okay, there we go. I feel withdrawing. I do. I feel like internally you want to do that. You want to be this internally, and I feel like, again, I just feel busy around you, like busy schedule or a lot of things or chaos or like a lot of people or a lot of talking. Like, I just feel a lot is going on around you. With the raccoon, I actually feel like you want to withdraw. Like that's your actual desire right now in your circumstances. I want to back up. I want to back up and kind of hide in a tree for a little while is what I'm feeling with the raccoon. And I think you actually need that. Air signs, I think you need that. I think you need a little time to yourself. Oh, yes, you do. Oh my God, there it is. There it is. Wolf with frog. Frog is cleanse. It's emotional cleansing. It's emotional purging. The wolf, it talks about group dynamics. A lot of people. And again, it could just be like a busy energy. I just feel like externally there's a lot going on around you, and it's actually too much. Raccoon is typically like, I'm wearing a mask and I'm not trying to show stuff. And I actually feel like what you're trying to hide is like how much you want to withdraw and how much you're just like, oh my God, give me space. Like, really feel that super strongly. But yeah, you need to like, you need your space. Take a vacay, take a weekend, take a quiet day, whatever you need to do, but give yourself the space that you need from people or expectations or busy or chaos. Because the wolf, I just feel like surrounded. And again, it's tribal dynamics that the wolf talks about, but intuitively, I just feel like you're surrounded by energy or chaos or busyness, and you need to cleanse. You need to cleanse, you need to purge. Okay. Some of you are realizing that so coming back to God, some of you, oh God, words. What I'm also picking up here is being aware of, I could be more connected to God. I could be more connected to spirit. The disconnect, the reason why, for some of you, why that is a little scarce or a little lacking or not as connected as like maybe you want it to be, there's actually, I'm getting anxiety. I'm getting anxiety that has been caused by group dynamics, whether it's family or coworkers or just friends or patterns, whatever, that you've adopted by having different relationships. But I definitely feel anxiety there, where like it's not safe, right? Not safe, masky time. Like it's not safe to have no mask. And having no mask is being connected to yourself. Having no mask is being connected to all things. Having no mask is being vulnerable and in the moment and closer to God, closer to spirit, closer to source, versus having a mask, separation consciousness, right? So some of you guys really need to purge some of those associations you have with people or group dynamics, or those thought patterns that you've adopted over time. Yeah, let's keep going. Any other messages or insights from my air signs? Dolphin! We love dolphin, don't we? Dolphin energy is so healing. This is joy, this is childlike energy, it's playtime. It's actually very Venusian. Like if you really think about it, it's very Venusian. It's very Gemini to me too, which is funny because Venus is in Gemini right now. But yeah, because it is about just feeling that intoxication of life in a healthy way. Venus can also go into very unhealthy realms, right? It is intoxication, but being high on life, on joy, we'll say that, in a healthy way, and being kind of carefree about it, again, being childlike about it, it's so good for the soul. It's so healing. This is what's going to get you closer to being connected to source and spirit, God, again, whatever word or vernacular you use for that. But it also just feels like free. It feels free. It feels light. It's light. That's what it is. It's light. It's very light. It's like not dense at all. Oh, excuse me. It's very much like inner child, and you want to be free to be in that energy. And for some of you, your current environment, whether it's because of a group dynamic, like the way, like the people you're interacting with, or it's just so busy, doesn't allow you to do that. It doesn't facilitate that. It kind of makes you want to just hide. And so others of you where it's more about the programming that you've adopted from group dynamics and people has kept you like with a mask on, hasn't allowed you to be free like this. And some of you guys are really getting confronted with that during this time. Let's see if anything else wants to come out. Any other messages or insights from my air signs? Okay. Ooh. That's an interesting combo. Spider and lion. Spider is co-creation. Spider is how we get in the mix of things. Like whether we're working just with spirit, because we are back in connection with spirit, back in alignment with spirit, with God, source, what have you. Or even we're doing that with others. And lion is a mastery of fire. That's the lion energy. It's understanding how to best harness fire for vitality, for productivity, for leadership, for confidence, all of that stuff, and for the purpose of co-creating. And you need Venus for that. You need Venus to create. Just like you need Mars too, but you need Venus. And what do they keep showing me? Venus and the sun. So Venus is playing a huge role in this for you guys right now. So it's interesting because now I'm feeling that juxtaposition a little bit here of total frolic and freedom, kind of like a kid, you know? And over here, I'm feeling a little bit more like the adult. I'm feeling, yeah, a much more grounded, calm, wiser adult who does want to do things and does want to live out their passions, but in a way that's sustainable, in a way that's has integrity. The lion, integrity. There's integrity attached to that. It seems like to me, air signs, for those of you where it's programming or present people or present chaos and busyness in your life, it needs to go. It needs to go so you can actually like play, frolic, and have that sort of like fun, childlike energy. But that is also such an important component to also being a mature, happy, happy and balanced adult who's also co-creating and bringing life to things in a way that's sustainable and in a way where you still have your integrity attached because you are who you are and you are being authentic and you're not wanting to hide or run away or withdraw or be overwhelmed or what have you. Because you're just kind of living in freedom here, right? Because you moved into that. But this facilitates this. So very interesting little journey you air signs kind of got going on this week. Almost said this week. Guess it's happening this week. Overall, elk. We love it, a good elk energy, don't we? It's very Taurian, King of Pentacles. Elk is the follow through, the protector. I'm here, right? I'm here, I'm present, I'm showing up, I'm disciplined, I'm responsible. I got you, I got this. It's a very interesting little roundabout thing that's happening here. It's almost like you withdraw from current thought patterns, current people, or current chaos to purge and to cleanse, to allow healing to take place through your inner child, through a childlike part of you, to kind of like merge it into your adult self here, and then to like the father, masculine, all while honoring Venus, the feminine. This is definitely feeling like, I actually am getting the word Trinity. It's a very interesting reading, air signs. We literally have the child, the father, and Venus keeps having such a big play here. And the sun, which is God. Okay, I know this is just like that to me is just like a big synchronicity confirmation. Maybe some of you have been working with threes or the Trinity, or maybe that's something that's just been coming up in your awareness and your reality. But yeah, it's like taking a step back. I just want to repeat this so you guys understand. Okay, taking a step back from current thought patterns around group dynamics, relationships, even possibly family. Wolf speaks of family, and we are in Cancer season, family. Present people who are overwhelming you, give like too much, or chaos and stress and busy. Taking a step back so you can purge these things, cleanse these things, come into the child, your inner child, liberate, have fun, all while utilizing Venus, feminine energy, and then kind of merging with the father energy. And then this emphasis of the sun. God, yeah, this is like screaming Trinity to me. I don't even know what I'm going to call this. Anyway, so it seems like you're finding a good balance here, air signs, if you allow yourself to have this purging and cleansing that you need to have around that wolf energy. Take off the mask of the raccoon and come out of like recovery when you need to. Have fun. You might even want to have some fun while you're in recovery, and then come out with even more integrity, even more like, actually I'm getting the word nobility. I'm also getting the word humility and wisdom and a strength in your own maturity and adulthood. With whatever it is that you are trying to co-create, either with spirit or with other people. Okay. I'm hearing parent. Some of you, this is actually about don't be mad at what I'm about to say. Some of you might be a little triggered. A better parent. Improving some parenting skills there. Okay. All right. So let's get into the individual signs. We got Gemini, Libra, Aqua. Who's going first? Gemini, Libra, Aqua. Gemini, Libra, Aqua. Let's just go in order. Gemini. Hi, Gems. Hi, Gemini. What do my Geminis need? They're showing me an apple. That to me screams knowledge. Sorry. That actually just cracked me up a little bit. Of course, Gemini, you need knowledge. Of course you do. You're a Gemini. Why not? Okay, sure. You don't really need anything, technically speaking. You don't really need anything. But knowledge. Diet of a Gemini. Where are we going first then? Certain decks are calling to me. Gemini, you feel a little all over the place. I mean, it kind of goes without saying with what we had in the collective air sign reading, right? Oh, yeah, you're having a hard time focusing. You're having a really hard time focusing. There, you have excitement, you have vitality. Like, actually, like, you have a lot of energy, more so than maybe you normally do. But good Lord, I feel like it is like, it's like not focused. And I do feel like that's actually adding to some anxiety for you. Yeah, I feel like that needs to be reined in and grounded a little bit. For sure. For sure. We're gonna go with Light Seers Tarot for you. Gemini. Maybe cut back caffeine a little bit. Just maybe. Just a thought. Any messages or insights from my Geminis? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Any messages or insights from my Geminis? Oh, Geminis, I feel like you're running your to-do list in your head. I like, oh God, it's so like, oh, I need to do that, like a freaking computer. I feel like you're doing a lot of problem solving too. I feel like you're doing a lot of problem solving in your head. Whether that actually gets executed or not, I think that's a question mark. You might actually be missing some stuff, I don't want to say making mistakes, because like whatever, mistakes or whatever, but missing stuff because you're doing a lot in your head, and it's like almost not, it's like you don't have enough of you to actually get all these things out into your physical reality. Hold on, I had a card fall. Of course it's your card. Of course it is, Gemini. Knight of Swords. Where are you running to? I feel like you're running from one thing to the next, 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 to the next right now. You are very busy. And I feel like your mind is way busier than your body, but your body is even busy. I also feel a lot of telepathy, so careful there, Geminis. You might actually be causing more busyness in your life, especially when it comes to communications with people, because you're doing so much up here, that I feel like if you start to think about, oh yeah, that person, did I ever do this? Did I ever call them? Did I ever text them? Did they ever give me that back? Wait, did they ever go on that trip? Like, it's like, you know, it's like you start thinking about like a person so much, I think it actually like, they feel it, and it's like, then suddenly they're hitting you up and maybe you weren't ready to talk to them because you got so much going on. It's like, it's got that kind of feel to it. So I do think you're sending a lot of energy out to people. So please just be responsible and accountable for your own energy and how it can affect other people. Because I do feel like you're radiating so much mental energy right now, and energy in general, because you're so busy and scattered, that other people are really picking it up and feeling it. So something to be aware of there. Okay. Any other messages or insights for my Geminis? Yeah, I also feel some strategizing. God, your minds are so busy right now. I feel strategizing. I feel like there's a grand plan that's coming together, but it's like, it almost feels like for the life of you, you don't see it. Like, you can feel it, you kind of know it, but it's like, I think this is, they're showing me the apple now. I think this is why you feel like you need knowledge. You might be doing a lot of research and talking to a lot of people to see it. I'm like, yeah, to see it, to see the web, to see how it all connects, to see how it can pan out. It's stressing me out. I almost called you Virgo. It's stressing me out, Gemini. It's stressing me out. Any other messages or insights for my Geminis? What do we have here? Knight of Cups in reverse and Seven of Pentacles. It's interesting because I feel like you're all over the place, and Seven of Pentacles is about taking time to review. I actually am feeling like taking time to cater to maintaining your garden, maintaining your life. Be careful not to be so caught up in here and like, did I do this? Did I do that? Oh, this idea, that idea. Like, to not get so caught up in that you actually neglect the things you need to take care of. I think some of you guys might be in jeopardy of that, which I think is actually why you need to recalibrate a little bit here. Like, literally take some time and I know it's hard, Gemini. I already know I'm gonna get to the comments. You need to get out of your head. You need to like ground like you've never grounded before. And just allow yourself to be present for a hot minute. Nine of Cups in reverse, that also tells me that emotionally, like, you're not really sitting in a balanced way in your own heart. That's also what that tells me. It almost feels a little bit like what you presently have, you're not really content with. And that's why you're not really catering to it, which I think is why you're kind of like, next. Like, you know what I mean? And I get it. I'm a Mars Gemini. Totally understand that energy. I do. I would explore why you're not content with what you have, and like this feels like, oh, I have to take care of this on the other, like your normal responsibilities, and you really don't want to. Like, you emotionally don't feel it at all. You're not feeling it at all, and that's why you're looking out, you're looking for the next thing here. Okay, some of you, this does apply to relationships as well. Sorry. And I know that's kind of the shadowy part of Gemini. So whether you're on the receiving end of that, or you are that, but the way this will apply to relationships, it's like, I don't want to keep nurturing the same thing. I'm kind of not present with it. I'm not really emotionally in it right now. I really like the excitement of something new. Just that. Okay. I really want to say, decide now what you really want to do with this. When we create things, when we oblige ourselves to something, we have to be responsible for that obligation. We just do. That's just how it is. Whether you decide, okay, I really, really don't want to do this anymore, no matter what this normal everyday responsibility stuff is, it's something you've already put a lot of time and energy into, whether it is work related or just like your daily life circumstances and chores or a relationship. It's something that you've put time and energy into, and it's a part of your life that you are responsible for. So if you don't be responsible for it anymore, decide how to not be, so you can pursue new things, right? But if you can't, I almost want to say, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. If you can utilize this, figure out how. Figure out how to utilize this for something new. You see what I'm saying? Moving on. Any other messages or insights for my Geminis? Any other messages or insights for my Geminis? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Dun, 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 dun. Tower. Tower. With the Hierophant. Woo! Wow. This feels like, to be honest, this feels like a slap of truth across the face. Like, that's actually how this is feeling to me. This actually feels very spiritual to me. This feels a little bit like, hi, Bubs, like spirit. Okay. Is that empty? I think it's empty. Sorry, guys. Oh. I know, Clyde. I know. This actually feels like spirit guides, source. Like, this feels like, yeah, etherical energy or etherical beings delivering some truth to you in some kind of change, event, unexpected thing. Like, that's really how this feels to me. Some of you might actually experience, because you haven't been taking care of this as much as maybe you should have been. Because again, emotionally, it's like you're not there. What's on? I know, Clyde, I know. Like, because emotionally you're like not really there, and you're like next. Something might happen to it. So be mindful, like with the Tower card being there, okay? Yeah. I don't feel like it's entirely negative, though. It's like, I actually feel like there's some good stuff to learn here. I really feel like there's some good stuff to learn there for you. The Knight of Cups in reverse energy, this emotional disconnect from something that you need to be responsible for, to cultivate, to keep watering, to keep maintaining. For some of you, I think it's learned. Yeah, I gotta be honest. For some of you, it's almost like a learned lack of commitment to following through with things. Like, why is that there, right? Why is that there? And it might tie into some tribal dynamics that you were exposed to growing up. Okay. Thank you. I also thank you. The child part of this, the inner child part of this, is also very lacking. It's very lacking. It actually feels, and don't hate me. Don't be mad at me. I feel like there's actually not a function of passion here. I feel like it's almost a result of like boredom. It's kind of how it feels to me, because it's like the nights, they're just kind of coming and going. They're coming and going. They're coming and going. It's like they're not functioning from this passionate, joyful inner child place. They're also not functioning from a place of maturity as like the king or queens do, right? It's like they're come and going, come and going, come and going. And I feel like, okay, responsibility, chore, whatever, blah, I'm not really there. And okay, next. It's like you're not even really in the present. You're also not in your inner child. You're not in a sense of play. Like, I don't feel fun at all going on here. I don't feel joy of life going on here. I feel like, actually, I feel avoidance. You're avoiding. And it's sitting in the Knight of Cups. Whatever it is you're avoiding, it's stemming from the Knight of Cups. And I wouldn't be surprised if that stems from something that you've been struggling with when it comes to either patterns you picked up around group dynamics, or presently being so busy or overwhelmed, or people around you being too much for you. And because you're trying to avoid it, you're just trying to go. Some of you, it is about boredom though. So take that as it resonates, but the Tower's coming. It's coming. It's coming. And with the Hierophant, for some of you, it's coming around some sort of obligation or commitment. Some of you, it's actually going to be a real shakeup to your own belief system, your own spirituality, and ethics. Almost like whatever your belief systems are around ethics and standards, how you follow through is going to be highlighted, or how you don't follow through is going to be highlighted. Okay, moving on. Libras. Hey, Libs. Hey, Libra. Libra. What's going on with my Libras? I'm seeing phones. And like old school phones. Like, I'm actually seeing pay phones. So communication. Communication is on the table for you. Are you struggling with communicating? Is someone not talking to you? You're either thinking of someone, or they're either thinking of you, and it's been a long time since you've talked to them. I feel a lot of attitude around this. Yeah, I feel a lot of attitude around that for some of you. Outside of that, what else for Libras? Dog days. I just heard dog days. Pretty sure that's a serious reference, like the star system. Pretty sure. So some of you guys who connect to galactic energies, or who resonate with those, I think that's playing a role for you right now. Lionsgate, I think, is going to be really big for you. I think that's why this is coming up. Lionsgate is going to be big for everybody, but I think that's what it's in reference to. Okay, moving on from channeling, let's just dive in for my Libras. And we're going to do, what are we going to do for my Libras? The Oracle, Energy Oracle cards are calling to me for you. Any messages or insights from my Libras? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Any other messages or insights from my Libras? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Mm. We have patience in reverse and rest and rejuvenation in reverse. So you can't sit still, Libra. That's what that's telling me. You can't sit still. You're having trouble grounding. You're having trouble. Excuse me. Sorry. You're having trouble grounding. You're having trouble being at peace. You're having trouble being present. You're having trouble recovering. You are restless. You're restless. You're restless. And, you know, a little bit like Gemini, like your attention is elsewhere. Something really has a hold on your intention and your focus. I'm getting pulled back to that, like, communication issue going on. Like, you're either really thinking of somebody or they're really thinking of you and you haven't talked in a long time. Like, that feels like it's like present, keeps coming up. You might even be getting signs about this person. So like, for example, if they're really thinking a lot about you, it's like suddenly you start seeing like signs of like their name or their birthday or where they live or something like that, like around in your sphere. Don't be surprised if you get a call from them. And vice versa. Okay, but this to me says like you can't sit still. You cannot sit still. What are you being so impatient about? Are you worried about something? Any other messages or insights for my Libras, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? We have the Yin Yang card. It speaks of utilizing either energy. I actually feel, yeah, it's like you need to get into feminine. That's what you need to do. You need to get into feminine energy. You're in a lot of masculine right now. You're busy too. But again, I feel like you're more distracted than anything else. Like your focus is just elsewhere. There's such an antsiness of wanting to do shit and wanting to get stuff done. But you actually need to receive. You need to sit back. I feel downloads coming in for you. That's what I'm picking up here. There's downloads trying to come in for you. And you're not sitting still enough. And sometimes that happens when it's like a big download's coming. Sometimes we feel anxious for no reason, or sometimes we feel like I gotta right, because we're feeling the energy. And like there's a part of us that like knows a download is coming, and like maybe we're not really ready for it. But you're ready for it. So just try to take some time to sit back in that. Okay. Let's see what else is coming out here. I literally just heard, I don't have time to rest. You do have time to rest. You do have time to rest. Yeah. Goddess of the Moon in reverse, not being connected to your own intuition or your inner feminine. What you identify as your inner feminine. Any other messages or insights for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? Libra, we have the thinking woman in reverse. You are restless. You are all over the place. Again, this is a very ungrounded energy. This is someone who like cannot think clearly right now, who's very scattered in the mental space. For some of you where it's like someone else is actually thinking a lot about you, it's affecting you. Okay, it's affecting your energy. So please take time to ground and to clear energy regularly. That'll just help with that. Like sometimes people can't help it. It's a thing, right? We're all connected energetically, and if someone's sending out so much energy towards you, that's good. That's gonna hit you. Like you're going to pick up on that. You're gonna sense that. But if you're if you're cleansing your energy regularly and you're grounding regularly, you won't be as affected like by that sort of a circumstance. So you got to just take some time here. Okay. I also feel that you are not happy about a current situation that you're experiencing. And you don't really know the way out. It feels a little bit like you want more for yourself. Like there's something lacking in your current circumstance in your life. What is this? You just don't feel happy. Sorry to say it just like that, but that's what I'm getting. You don't feel happy. You're not in the dolphin energy, but you can get into the dolphin energy. I think taking some time to have some gratitude every day is going to be really crucial for you. That goes hand in hand with grounding. That goes hand in hand with clearing your energy. But to just like take 5-10 minutes every day and write out on a list, like, these are the things I have in my life right now, and a reason why they're good things, or like what it gives you. Like, do you have a house? Do you have a home? Do you have food? Do you have water? Do you have at least one person who would care if something happened to you, even if that person's just you? Do you have a pet? Do you live in a cool place? Have you had like once in a lifetime experiences? Have you had joy in your life ever? Like, you know, go down the list of things, and I know it should be presently, but like, go down the list of things you have presently and what they provide to you on an emotional level, a spiritual level, financial level, physical level, all levels, right? And just try to be very grateful for having those things, and see how fast that energy will turn around for you. Of suddenly like, oh, like, I'm more okay than I thought. Oh, I actually got a lot more than I thought I did. Oh, you know what? I do have some cool things in my life. That does make me happy to have this, that, or the other. There's a need to kind of shift your perception here, but to do that, you need to take time to be in the present and to sit still to actually do that, okay? Because you're not doing that right now. And that's going to get you into your feminine, and that's going to get you more connected to yourself and more connected with God, spirit, source, whatever word you want to use. Aquarius. How are my aquas? Wow, all my air signs are kind of on like a get shit done, learn a lot of shit sort of train. I'm seeing books. I'm seeing a lot of books with you, Aquarius. Are you trying to figure stuff out too? I just heard joy. Oh, okay, that's a source of joy. It's a source of joy for some of you. Some of you guys are really in the middle of a puzzle, though. I can feel that. But I feel like a lot of you guys are handling it really well, though. I feel like a lot of you are being very pragmatic about it. Actually, like Aquas, you might be handling the imbalancing of the chaos and whatnot better than Geminis and Libras. Box. I keep hearing box. What about a box? What about a box? Why is the word box coming up? I don't know why the word box is coming up, but maybe we'll get a connection to it later. Excuse me. Is there anything else coming up for my aquas? Not picking up anything else right now, but let's see how it goes as we progress, okay? Spellcasting. Any messages or insights for my aquas? Any messages or insights for my aquas? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Any other messages or insights for my aquas? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Aquas. Wow, that's a card to start a reading with. Judgment. Funny because I'm actually hearing hard to pin down. I'm hearing the phrase hard to pin down, hard to pin down, hard to pin down. I feel like you're in your own bubble right now, Aquarius. I feel like you are doing your own thing, but it's entailing a very spiritual component. I feel like it's entailing almost like a higher dimensional component that you are very aware of that I don't think you're able to talk to anybody about. And I think people are wondering what's going on with you. I think people are, people are wondering what's going on with you. You might even have, like, some of you might actually have somebody who's trying to get you, like, settled down. I don't know if they're, like, that feels more like romantic, like marriage, engagement, moving in sort of stuff. So something to be aware of there. But whatever's going on with you, it's intimate, it's personal, and it is a solo journey. It is a solo experience. I feel like you're also trying to learn a lot about what you're experiencing. So you might be going through an awakening right now. This might be for my aquas who are becoming aware for the first time, like newbies to the community. Welcome. Or going through an ascension of some kind. Yeah, it's like you have a very clear understanding that whatever's happening with you right now, like there's a call happening, there's a nudge happening, and you understand that it is not from the physical. You understand it's kind of from higher realms, and that you really should heed it. You want to heed it. You want to understand it. You want to be ready for it. You want to be serious about it. But the people around you, I don't think are understanding that. The people around you might even be giving you a hard time. Some of you are perceiving this a little bit as a dark night of the soul, but I think you're handling it really well. Any other messages or insights for my aquas? Ooh, Empress. Talk about a rise to the occasion. Okay. Judgment and Empress. This is what I'm saying. It's like you're very aware. Like an Empress has been through a lot. An Empress has been through all the queens. They are in tune with their own inner goddess and inner god, regardless of gender. They're very in tune with energy and the spiritual realm of things. And so I'm not surprised this came out here because you know. You just know. Figuring things out is taking time, and that's okay. Some of you have actually found a calling, or like have finally decided on what that calling is, and you just know you have to follow it. Like you just know, there's no question about it. But like I said, I feel like you can't really talk to other people about this, at least the people who are around you. You're definitely the one who has people around you who do not understand and might have certain expectations of you, or might be giving you just a hard time in general, and it's maybe a little bit too much. But focusing on yourself and this call that you feel, this undeniable psychic nudge, is going to lead you to happiness, and you know that. Like, I don't even need to tell you, you know that as an Empress with Judgment card there. Venus, basically, right? Venus. Any other messages or insights for my aquas? Oh, King of Cups. Okay, let's see why this King of Cups is out here. I want to get all the cards out before I continue. Any other messages or insights for Aquarius? Ten of Cups in reverse. There is the unpleasantness with other people. There it is. Oh. I knew that Ten of Wands was going to come out. I should have called it. And overall, we have the Ten of Wands. Yeah, so aquas, here you are. You know what you need to do. You know what you're being called to do. You know what your calling is. You know, you just know. You know. Even if other people don't understand it, it doesn't matter because you understand it, right? So here you are trying to honor that. And then you have a King of Cups with a Ten of Cups in reverse. King of Cups is generally a very understanding person. Somebody who, like, emotionally can really empathize, right? Really have a lot of compassion. But for Ten of Cups in reverse, like, other people are not getting it. They're not getting it. Ten of Cups in reverse is the people in my immediate household, the intimate relationships I have in my life, the ones where I have an emotional connection to. It's not going well right now. It's not going well right now. Some of you might actually have to turn away from a King of Cups energy to pursue whatever this psychic nudge is, whatever it is, like, you just know you have to do, because there is a lack of understanding, and you got to do what you got to do. Okay. I do also feel like you have your own King of Cups energy yourself, like compassion and understanding. And I think you are seeing, like, okay, people just don't get where I'm at, and like, it is what it is, and I gotta do what I gotta do. And just have a lot of love for them in the present moment. Yeah, you're definitely handling this this need to focus on the present, this need to focus on the connection of self and all the creative energy that comes of that too, the best, I would say, between these 3 readings. Overall, 10 of Wands. This is not going to last long. This energy can't hang out too much longer, and you need to separate yourself from these individuals here. And then we have the Strength card with the 9 of Cups. Pursuing what makes you happy, pursuing your wish fulfillment, pursuing what you know you need to do for your own happiness and joy and fulfillment. Yeah. Wow, very straightforward. All right, air signs, I hope you guys enjoyed these readings. Don't forget to check out Patreon, Vimeo, and the website, and I will see you guys very soon, okay? Hope you guys also had a great holiday weekend. Good night, and take care.